my partner Kamisha, we're doing 11-8, the area of circles. And the formula to find the area of a circle would equal pi times the radius squared. And the examples we're using, stop sticking your tongue up, would be find the area of each circle, round to the nearest tenth.
Can you see?
Yes, I can see it. I can see all of it. Alright, now in that first blue circle, we have that the radius is 9 inches. So we'd plug in the formula area equals pi times the radius squared. The radius would be substituted for 9, and 9 squared is 81. 81 times pi would equal 254.3, which is of course rounded. And the second circle, that's pink this time, it's giving us the diameter instead of the radius. So we're going to have to find out half of 15, which is 7.5, and 7.5 times 7.5 equals 56.25. And times that by pi, it'd be 176.6.
Can you see my hand?
Yes, I can see your hand.
Still.
And in the third example, it's basically asking us to find the area of the circle. But as you can see, it has a rectangle around the circle, so we're going to have to figure out the area of the rectangle as well as the area of the circle and subtract the two. Now, the area of a rectangle is length times width, and then you have to subtract it from pi times the radius squared. Now, the length and width of the rectangle would be 85 and 54, which multiplied together equals 4,590. And 3.14 times 15, which is the radius it's given us, equals 225 times pi. And then subtracted equals 3,883.1.
Sector central angle. The sector is a shaded region in the circle.
Which, if you can tell by that first example, the part that's colored orange is the sector. Now the central angle is an angle with a vertex of the center of a circle and with sides that intersect, which is basically where that small little number is, which is 60. And the area of the sector is n divided by 360 times pi times the radius squared.
N divided by 360 would be pi times r squared. So that would be 60 over 360.
And n is mostly the number of degrees that the central angle is.
And you times that by pi. And that would be times pi 2 squared.
Which 2 is where it's given us the radius.
So then there would be 6 times pi 4. Then we come to a conclusion, and that would be 75 times, 0.4.
Wrong. Right. Now in this problem, you can see that the circle, is fully shaded in, but that's not really going to have an effect on our equation. We're basically going to use area equals pi times the radius squared, substituting the radius for 10.15, which is 20.3 divided in half. And 10.15 squared is 103.02. Times that by pi, it would be 323.5, which both these problems are rounded.
N over 360 is pi r squared, which would be over here. So 270
Would be our central angle.
over 360 would be pi times 8 squared. And then go to 0.75.
Which is basically what 270 is divided by 360.
Exactly. Pi times 64
Which is 8 times 8.
is 150 times 8.
0.8.
Wait. Why do I keep saying times?
I don't know. Now here is a word problem. It says, Lauren has a sprinkler positioned on her lawn that directs a 12-foot spray in a circular pattern. About how much of the lawn does the sprinkler water if there is a rectangular flower bed 3 feet by 6 feet that is also in the path of the spray. Run to the nearest tenth. Now, what we use as the formula, like we did before, would be area equals pi times the radius squared minus length times width. And basically the radius for the circle would be 12 foot right there, since it goes straight from where the sprinkler is to one of the sides of the circle. And 6 times 3, which is basically what the rectangle is 18. So 3.14 times 12 squared would equal 144. And then times 3.14 by 144, you get 452.38. And subtract that by 18, you get the area, which is 434.4 feet squared. So that's how much of the lawn it waters. 434.4 foot squared. Alright, turn it over. You're explaining it.
A equals 9
That's
over
in.
3. I mean, n over 360. Pi times r squared. And A equals, I think it says 20.
It is 20.
Over 360. Pi times 5.5 squared.
Which is 5.5 is mostly 20 squared. I mean, not squared. See, now you got me saying it. 20 divided by 2. What?
Every time I don't.
No, wait, that can't be right. 20 divided by 2. Shouldn't that be 10?
Yeah.
20 halved. That's 10. Alright. Okay.
Equals n over 360. Pi times r squared. A equals 20 over 360. So that would be pi
Times 10, which is half of 20.
squared. A equals 18 times 100, which would equal A equals
1,000. No, yeah, 5,652 yards squared. Alright.
yay.
Now in this problem, you're mostly supposed to figure out what the area is of the smaller circle inside the CD. That's a little bit large of a CD, but yeah. Now right here, it gives us the height that the outer one is 12 centimeters, while the inside has a diameter of 1.5 centimeters.
You said it did in orange.
Yep.
A equals pi times r squared minus pi times r squared. Really?
Yes.
A equals 3.146 squared minus 3.14, 0.75 squared.
Which is basically half of 1.5.
A equals 3.1436 minus 3.14 times 0.56.
Yes, I'm being serious. 0.75 times 0.75 actually equals 0.56. I don't even know. It just does. It's really confusing.
113.09 minus 1.75 equals 111.3.
Which is basically rounded. And that's it for us. So bye, Kamisha.
Bye.
Okay, no, don't do Miley Cyrus.
Bye.